Colic is one of the most common emergencies we see as vets, with up to 47% of owners experiencing it at some point. And it can be scary, but understanding the early signs and knowing what to do can make a huge difference. I'm Mark, an equine vet, and today we're breaking down colic in a clear, simple way so you can feel confident in recognising it and acting quickly. When we say a horse has colic, we're not referring to a specific diagnosis. Colic essentially means abdominal pain. It can range from anything from gas in the intestine to something more serious like a torsion or a twist in the gut. That's why early recognition is so important. The sooner we can intervene, the better the outcome. There are a few major categories of colic that we see most often. The most common one we see is gas colic. This is where gas builds up in the intestine. It's uncomfortable, but the horse often responds well to treatment. Another common one we see is impaction colic. This is where food material gets stuck within the intestine, commonly at the pelvic flexure. Dehydration, change of feed, change in management, and reduced movement can all contribute, as can poor dentition. The more serious types of colics we see are displacements or torsions. This is where a bit of gut moves out of place, it can become twisted, cutting off blood supply and leading to tissue death. These ones are a lot more serious and do require surgery more often than not. We have a few other causes as well. Sand would be one of those if your horse has ingested sand. Ulcers, parasites, all of these can contribute to colic as well. Horses show colic in lots of different ways. A lot of these signs are obvious, but some of them are much more subtle. Here are some of the signs I want you to look out for. Not eating, pawing the ground, looking at the flank, stretching out as if to urinate but not actually producing urine, rolling repeatedly, reduced fecal output or fewer droppings than normal. Some horses may be restless or dull. Lip curling would be another sign, and also sweating without exercise. If you're ever unsure, please call your vet. I'd much rather talk owners through at the beginning of the disease when things are a lot more simple, instead of waiting for hours until the disease has progressed. If you think your horse may be colicking, here's what to do. Call your vet early. Even if you're not sure, early communication can help. Remove any feed from the stable if it's safe to do so. Additional hay and dry feed in these situations can often make things worse. If it's safe to do so and the colic appears quite mild, feel free to walk the horse around, but try not to exhaust him and try not to make him sweat as well. My biggest plea is please don't give your horse any medication without speaking to the vet first. Should we come out to a clinical exam after this, a lot of the clinical signs can be masked by pain relief. When your vet arrives, I'll probably start with a full clinical exam. Here's what it normally includes. Listening to gut sounds, checking heart rate and assessing gum colour, feeling for abdominal distension, passing a nasogastric tube to check for reflux, performing a rectal exam to feel the intestines. Possibly they may use ultrasound to assess gut motility, and they may give pain relief and fluids if required. All of this helps us determine whether we can deal with the colic in a yard setting, such as medical treatment for those gas colics we spoke about earlier, or if referral might be required, or sometimes even surgery. Most colics do respond well to medical management, but the odd one does require surgery, especially if we have a twist in the gut, for example, or a displacement that won't correct itself, or sometimes even if there's no response to pain management. While not all colic is preventable, there are several things you can do to try and reduce that risk. Provide consistent forage. Make any feed changes slowly. Ensure your horse has access to clean, fresh water at all times. Maintain regular dental care. Follow a targeted parasite control plan. If you're not sure what to do with this, speak to your vet and they should be able to provide you one. Encourage daily movement, especially if your horse has been stabled and they're used to being out. Regular hand walking can reduce those impactions. And also monitor horses with a history of colic closely. These small management changes can make a huge difference. Colic can be frightening, but recognising those early signs and knowing when to act quickly can have a huge difference on the outcome. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing for more clear, evidence-based horse health videos. And if you have any questions about colic or any ideas for topics, please drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help.